Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today is something quite different from what I have done in the past, and it's probably a little bit more of a serious topic that I've been wanting to make, but I've also been a little bit scared of making as well. Today we are going to deep dive into the world of red pill content in the fragrance industry. Now I think the first thing that's really important to get an understanding of is, I suppose, kind of what red pill content actually is. How I would view red pill content is basically it's content that is designed to engage vulnerable young men through targeting their insecurities, which particularly is in social situations and most importantly with women. But what it does is it blames people for those insecurities and doesn't allow the individuals to take responsibility for it. And most of the time, the people being blamed for this are women. And at the bottom line, it basically trains these young men to view women as objects, as possessions, and not as people. And the reason behind this isn't necessarily because the creators hate women, which they do, but it's because they want to sell something. Now, normally what these red pill creators do is they want to sell a course, basically telling you how you can be like them, be a high value male, whatever that really even means. Basically what they do is they tell you that the status quo is failing you and all the secrets to get out of this life and to escape the matrix are all available through you for only $50 a month. Cheap price. I genuinely have seen a video, like actually quite recently, where this Australian kid was just yapping about people going to do their 9-to-5 jobs, like, 95% of the people in our society and the ones that completely keep our society afloat, and basically calling them all brainless sheep. And what do you know? I checked his profile, he had a course linked in his bio. And he literally had nothing to show for what he was trying to teach. Basically just seemed like he was unemployed and just making videos criticizing people that had jobs. At the end of the day, he got trapped in an MLM scam. And that's the cycle. The big creators will trap you into these courses, so then you then also develop a course to then sell to somebody else. And it's just this endless cycle of courses. But the thing with MLMs is the person at the top always profits the most. Now, how does this play into fragrance? Now, fragrance is one part of the entire red pill content sphere. Essentially, fragrance is used as a tool. And what is that tool used for? Obviously, it's to try and get women. These creators will sell you false narratives that a fragrance is going to get you attention from women, basically just stripping all of their humanity away. The gist is that women will only be attracted to men that are loaded, absolutely shredded, and are wearing this specific fragrance. These creators will prey on the weakness of their viewers. If a viewer feels insecure within themselves and they want to get validation from others, fragrance that gets them loads of compliments is gonna fix this. So I decided to do a little bit of investigative journalism, and I created a new TikTok account, Cologne Guy 69. I know, creative, right? And I decided to go down a little bit of a fragrance content rabbit hole. I basically used two search terms. My first one was compliment getting colognes, and my second one was colognes that women love. And I looked through a bunch of videos on those particular searches. And then once I kind of got my algorithm kind of caught up, I then went onto my For You page. Now there are countless creators making videos that pretty much have the exact same formula, where they will say, women love these fragrances, or if you want compliments, wear these fragrances. If you want compliments from women, wear these fragrances. And it tends to often be the same fragrances that they're all talking about. I actually have a list of the ones that I saw the most. So let's just rattle them off. Le Male Elixir from JPG, Louis Vuitton Imagination, Stronger With You Intensely, Valentino Born in Roma, YSLY EDP, Bianco Latte, Bleu de Chanel, Parfums de Mali Altair, Creed Aventus, Azaro Most Wanted. Now, are any of those fragrances a shock to you? Because honestly, I wasn't shocked at all. It's the same fragrances that all the TikTok content boys are always shilling. There's no variety at all. There's no one talking about actual true positive experiences they've had with a fragrance or why they love specific fragrances. They're just using the same fragrances that other people have told them to buy, saying it's going to get them compliments, and then they will then just make another video using the same fragrances, telling them it's going to get them compliments. Does that sound similar to anything? Maybe similar to the course MLM schemes that I was talking about earlier in the video? Who knows? I observed quite a few things when I was looking through these videos. So a lot of these posts focus on ways to make your perfumes project more and last longer. Now in my 9-to-5 job, I'm a chemist. I'm also a novice self-taught perfumer. So I'm probably fairly qualified to say this. And the projection and the longevity are traits of the chemical makeup of the fragrance. And there's actually very little you can physically do to enhance that. Like one of the recommendations was put some lotion on. Will it help? Sure, but not by much. It'll help protect your skin, which is probably more important than actually using it to increase the longevity of your fragrance. And the reason they talk about longevity and projection, because they want to be noticed. Multiple creators have made videos like colognes that girls like, or I saw one, colognes for the huzz. That one really disappointed me. I remember watching a video a while back that literally opened like this. Hold on, let me get in character. Here are the colognes that chicks love versus colognes that chicks hate. From a very big creator, by the way. Very big, millions of followers. I've also seen another video from another fairly big creator that basically said that fragrances like Bleu de Chanel and Dior Sauvage will open up doors for you, creating this false reality for the viewers. That like, if you want more success in business or more success with women, that Bleu de Chanel and Dior Sauvage are gonna get you there? What? Are we so for real? Another observation, as I said before, the same fragrances showed up in nearly every video. When I checked links in bios, most creators with a decent following had links in their bios to stores and brands, offering them, a small little discount, but they are definitely getting kickback commission from. I have seen all of these tricks that the brands play, basically getting you to be a salesperson for them. So these creators are literally just selling fragrances on their pages and then getting a commission kickback from the brand. I also saw a creator that had a literal course in their bio dedicated to fragrances. I'm sorry, but I'm someone who is massively into fragrances. I'm an aspiring perfumer. I'm working on a perfume brand. There is nobody that you should be paying to tell you what fragrances to wear. Do not pay to have someone tell you what fragrances to wear. And the type of content that this person made, it was all for other people and not for the individual. One thing I noticed as well is there are a few content creators making fragrance content that also kind of lumped self-improvement into their content as well. Now, I did not go down this self-improvement side of things. I don't have that kind of time in my life, nor do I really want advice from these people. If the point of the fragrance side of their content is to attract women, I can only really imagine what the point of their content on the self-improvement side is. And my last observation is there seemed to be a fair amount of hidden advertising, particularly with the bigger creators. There was one video that I watched where YSLY EDP was being shilled as a compliment getter. YSL commented on the video. Now this video was not disclosed as an ad. Like YSL is not a brand that is just going around commenting on everyone's videos. It is likely there is a pre-existing relationship between the brand and the creator based on the notion that the creator is getting paid to promote their products. Again, they're selling you something. So my conclusions that I've taken away from this, a large majority of the posts are targeting young men's insecurities with women and social confidence. They're talking about fragrances that get compliments and attract women. They talk about heavy projection, beast mode fragrances, longevity, because they're preying on you wanting to be noticed when you enter a room. My next conclusion is that most creators that build this kind of platform are trying to sell you something. Whether that's fragrances or courses, they're just trying to sell you something. Bottom line is that they're not making content to share the love of fragrances. They're making content to sell fragrances. They are glorified perfume sales reps. So what did we actually learn here? Well, is there anything that we really learned from this? It's well known that there are a lot of creators that have built their platforms so they can just shill designer fragrances. My issue with all of this is the preying on the insecurities of young men and then capitalizing off it and not providing them actual genuine advice to help them combat their issues. They're trying to sell them something to fill this void that they have in their lives, and it will never work. You are preying on people to profit. And for the most part, they're just getting away with it entirely. This is a section of the red pill content pool that is just going on completely unchecked, because I don't feel like they get called out for this ever. Talking about panty dropper fragrances. Are we just cool with that? Like, is that fine? Because fragrances just exist to attract the opposite sex, right? They don't exist for any other reason. So this is my message to you. Don't let these creators sell you a lie. Fragrances will not get you a woman. Women are not these simple-minded sheep that flock to the shiniest thing like these red pill creators will tell you. Women are human beings with complex, deep, ranging thoughts and emotions, likes and dislikes. Do not be performative to try and attract women. It doesn't work. Genuinely, it does not work. If you do everything in your life to attract women, you are stripping away everything that makes you you. So this is what I will tell you to do. Work out and eat healthy. Not because you want to look good for women, but because you want to have energy. You want to feel good in your body. You want to live a good life and be there for the people that you love. Wear fragrances. Not because you want compliments or you feel the need to be seen or to attract women, but because you enjoy the scent and appreciate the art behind it. Dress well. Not because you want to show your outfits off for other people or to attract women, but because it allows you to express yourself and to be comfortable. Do things for yourself. Be yourself, because that is when you are at your happiest, is when you're being yourself. My last piece of advice, prioritize your self-development on the inside rather than the outside. Work on being the best person you can possibly be. And look, say you're in a position right now where in the future you want to be married, you want to have kids, you want to do all that kind of stuff. That's okay. You're allowed to want that. That is perfectly okay. You're allowed to want to be with a woman. That's completely fine. But don't focus on doing these performative things on the outside that you think will get you in the door, because once you get in the door, it's only the start. Focus on what's on the inside. Focus on being emotionally mature. Focus on being calm. Focus on being understanding, attentive, respectful, nurturing, caring, all of these kinds of things. Focus on understanding who you are, the way you like to be loved, and the way you like to love. If you know who you are and you are proud of the person that you are, then life is going to be just fine for you. I promise. My inbox is always open to anyone feeling a little bit lost. Anyone that feels like they've got the weight of the world on their shoulders. I'm always here. That is all that I have for today. I really, truly, genuinely hope that you took something out of this video today. I hope that I made my point clearly. And I want to thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today and have this discussion. This probably will not be the last time I talk about this, but it will be the last time I talk about it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.